Hi guys! Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, I had to focus on some other things, but I hope to put up more reviews soon. Today I'm showing you the Keurig K Express. It comes in several colors: black, evergreen, my favorite this island berry, lavender, mint, and warm stone. I'll leave a link below if you want to get this Keurig. It measures 12.6 inches in height, 4.6 inches wide, and 12.9 inches deep. Comes with a quick start guide. It comes with a 42-ounce removable water reservoir with a max fill line. There's a tab here that goes into the slot, and it just slides down and sits on the base. When you put it in empty like this, it doesn't sit flush against the coffee maker. You can remove the cover and fill the water, or you can just take the reservoir to the sink and fill it that way. For this small coffee maker, the size of the reservoir is large at 42 ounces. You also don't have to wait for the unit to heat up between cups. You can just keep brewing. Use filtered water or install a Keurig water filter in the reservoir. You've got the power button. The add water is lit up because there's no water in the reservoir. You can choose 3 cup sizes, 8, 10, or 12 ounces, and there's a strong brew option for a more intense cup of coffee. There's a D-scale light that comes on when it's time to clean the unit. It should be about every 3 months. There are instructions on how to descale in the guide. Buy the descaling solution or clean frequently with water and vinegar. If you're using a Keurig water filter, that should be replaced every 2 months. Use any K-cup pods, coffee, tea, or hot cocoa in this unit. This is a My K-Cup reusable filter. Get one of these and it'll fit in this unit. Save yourself some money by using ground coffee instead of the K-Cup pods. Mine is pretty old, as you can tell, but it still works. If you remove the drip tray, there is 7 inches of space to put a travel mug. This is clearly not a travel mug, but I can't find my old travel mug that fits this. To brew in a cup, put the drip tray back and you have about 6.5 inches. The drip tray is useful to catch any spills. When you first get the unit, clean it by brewing just water. Remove the reservoir and fill it to the max line. Now that the reservoir is full, it sits flush against the unit. Put the lid on. I just filled the reservoir with filtered water. If you're using the Keurig water filter, put that into the reservoir first, and then just fill with plain tap water. Put a cup that holds more than 10 ounces on the drip tray. Lift and lower the handle. All of the sizes will be blinking. Press 8 ounces. That's done. Now we can discard the water and brew coffee. When you make coffee using a pod, just drop the pod in. If you want to use the filter, put a finger here and press up. Remove the pod holder, and the filter fits right into the slot. Remove the filter after each use. And don't forget to put the pod holder back and just snap it into place. Before you make a beverage, make sure there's water in the reservoir. Put your favorite cup on the tray. I'm going to use a K-cup pod. Put it in the pod holder and close the lid. All 3 sizes are going to be blinking. I'm going to choose 10 ounce. Actually 195. It's 165 in the cup and 195 when it was coming out. It's the cold house, the cold cup. It's finished brewing when all the sizes are lit up and not blinking. After it finishes brewing, just lift up the handle and recycle the pod. It is hot, so be careful. And also, if you're using a hot cocoa pod, definitely run a plain water brew right after the hot cocoa pod to clean the needle. Do be careful when you're cleaning because there's also a sharp needle in the pod holder. This needle punctures the top of the pod, and this needle punctures the bottom of the pod. Put the pod holder back. And when you close it, the lights are going to be flashing again, so it's ready to brew another cup. I do coffee maker reviews so I can have an excuse to drink more coffee. It's a good hot cup of coffee, standard, just like all the other Keurigs. Of course, the taste of your coffee depends on the pod you're using. Next, I'll brew you a cup of coffee with the filter. I usually grind coffee beans right before I brew the cup. This handy little Krups was only $20 and it's lasted me for years. I use it pretty much every day. So if you want to grind your own coffee and save some money on pods, definitely get a small coffee grinder. By the way, I think this is the first product I ever reviewed over 10 years ago. Just open the lid. Got the filter in here. In the filter, there's a bottom line and a top line. For the 12 ounce, I'll fill ground to the top line. For 8 ounce, I'll fill it to the bottom line. And for 10 ounce, I'll fill it in between. Put the lid on. And just turn it. You can't see it because this is old and worn out, but that's lock and that's unlock. Open the lid. Push up the holder and take it out. Put the filter in and close the lid. Put your cup on the tray and I'm going to choose 10 ounce. It's $1.97 was the highest. From start to finish, about 1 minute and 45 seconds. Again, a nice hot cup. Don't forget to remove the filter. I compost the grounds and rinse everything out immediately. If you wait too long, it gets dry and hard, and it takes longer to clean. I'll brew a 12 ounce just of water to show you how long it takes. That took 1 minute and 35 seconds. And of course, that's fast. To use the strong brew, put the pod in or your filter in, press strong, and then the size. The strong button increases the brewing time so water saturates the coffee grounds longer and the cup tastes stronger. The strong option, it'll stay on the next time you brew unless you turn it off by pressing it again. So I brewed an 8 ounce of water in the beginning, 10 ounce of coffee using the pod, 10 ounce of coffee using the filter, and 12 ounces of just plain water. And now the add water light has come on. Generally, you can brew 32 ounces before the add water light comes on. So for this size coffee maker, it's very convenient not to have to refill the reservoir often, especially in the morning when you're in a rush. It's simple to use, there's no Wi-Fi, nothing smart, it just brews coffee, which I like. This is especially great if you have family members who like different types of coffee or just plain water for tea. To clean, hand wash the water reservoir, lid, and drip tray with warm soapy water and rinse. It is recommended to clean it every week. I would love to know how often you guys clean your Keurig. Also, use a paper towel to dry the inside of the reservoir. A cloth could leave lint. This unit also has an energy-saving auto-off feature, so it'll shut off after 5 minutes of inactivity. If you've lost your guide, just come back to this video for reference. Here are the instructions for descaling your brewer and the high altitude directions. I do plan to give this to my daughter when she goes off to college. I think it's great for college dorms or apartments because it's so slim and small and you can make just 1 cup at a time. And of course she's getting a filter and ground coffee because after you pay for college, there's no money for pods. And of course, getting a coffee machine and brewing your own cup every day saves you a ton of money. If you guys want to get this Keurig, click on the product right below the video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more useful reviews. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.